So SpaceX is actually going to space, not to lower Earth orbit or Earth orbit. They're actually going to go out to the radiation belt. First time in a while. Let me read this article by our friends, the Dumpster Fire CNN. Let's see what they have to say about this. SpaceX is about to send 4 people on a wild and risky mission into the radiation belts. Here's what to know. So when billionaire Jared Isaacman self-funded a mission to orbit Earth in 2021, the project was billed as a childhood cancer fundraiser and made for an eye-popping entrance into the private space tourism world. 4-person crew of people from various backgrounds with no prior space flight experience spent 3 days orbiting Earth together in a 13-foot wide SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule. Upon his return, Isaacman imagined he likely would not go back to space again. We kind of checked every one of the boxes we set out to achieve, Isaacman told CNN, saying that Inspiration 4 showed how people from various walks of life can train for and execute a mission to orbit. I thought that maybe I wouldn't go back, that maybe the bar was sufficiently high and that this was a good time to stop. That assessment of his future spaceflight, however, did not stick. On Monday, Isaacman and 3 crewmates, including his close friend and former Air Force pilot Scott Kidd Poteet, as well as 2 SpaceX engineers, Anna Menon and Sarah Gillis, will arrive at Kennedy Space Center in Florida to prepare for the launch of a far grander, more dangerous and experimental trip to space. Here's a picture of the 4 soon to be, no, say something awful. Keep that to myself. The mission called Polaris Dawn is slated to take off no earlier than 3:30 a.m. Eastern on August 26th. While prior missions to space that were funded by wealthy business people may have conjured images of self-indulgent joyrides, Polaris Dawn is a test mission designed to push boundaries. Isaacman, Menon, Gillis, and Poteet will spend 5 days aboard a SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule that will soar to altitudes higher than any human has traveled since NASA's Apollo program ended in the 1970s. Their orbital path will extend high enough to plunge the vehicle and crew into a radiation belt, adding another element of peril to the already treacherous experience of spaceflight. This crew of private citizens will also open the hatch of their spacecraft and expose themselves to the vacuum of space, marking the first time such a feat has been attempted by non-government astronauts. During this endeavor, the astronauts will be protected solely by brand new extravehicular activity EVA suits, which SpaceX designed and developed in just 2.5 years. Hopefully, a little better than they designed the self-driving Teslas at first, so we'll see. Good job, pioneers. First announced in 2022, Polaris Dawn is the first of 3 testing and development missions under the Polaris program that Isaacman said he will jointly execute and fund alongside SpaceX. He declined to say how much this mission cost. The end goal of the Polaris program is to take the first steps towards validating technology that SpaceX will one day need if it carries humans deeper into the cosmos, including spacesuits, EVA, and life support technologies. After launch, the Polaris Dawn crew will travel into an oval-shaped orbit that extends as high as 870 miles or 1,400 kilometers from Earth. That's well into the inner band of Earth's Van Allen radiation belts, which begin at around 600 miles or 1,000 kilometers in altitude. The belts are areas where concentrations of high-energy particles that come from the sun and interact with Earth's atmosphere are trapped, creating 2 dangerous bands of radiation. So here's the image here. Shows where they normally go, where the satellites and such are. And this is the Van Allen radiation belts out there. So thanks for the illustration there, CNN. What else they got to say? I think that's about it. Yeah, this article kind of just keeps going fluffy. But that's highlighted the start of it. I mean, that's exciting. Looks like finally going back to space and not just up in the orbiting, up in the lower Earth atmosphere there, where they just spend a lot of time up there. And before, NASA used to say that it wasn't possible to get past the Van Allen radiation belt. So, hey, this is exciting. I think it's good. Good news. Happy to see it happen. And maybe it's the next step towards getting people back on the moon or to the moon, depending on your perspective on whether it happened or not. And next on to Mars and maybe further.